Okay, and I believe we are live. I think. Yeah, 6 seconds in. Cool, we are live. Guys, it is boiling in the UK right now. I am dying. Today it was what, 31 degrees Celsius. Right now it's currently 29. I'm baking. I'm dying. And honestly, it's been like this all week. I have just been struggling to remain sane, to remain cognitive so I can get to work on YouTube content as a whole. But then at the same time too, it's not just the heat. I think I'll just be upfront here as I'm waiting for people to pile in. I'm suffering through a bit of burnout when it comes to YouTube. Like, I don't know, I don't find it as fun anymore right now. Um, I'm not. I don't know. Right now, I'm trying to do things with YouTube to where like I want to make it fun for me again. And I'm doing that now with these live streams. Like live streaming, I'm actually finding like a ton of fun. A ton of fun. There we go. I'm really enjoying that. But like in terms of just like my content, like the movie commentaries and stuff, I feel like it's a lot of effort for very little reward. I don't know if YouTube itself has changed as a platform because I know the algorithm. Also, I'm just standing right now. I might just sit down a little bit. Ugh. Oh no, that's very. Hold on, let's go down a little bit. There we go. Cool. You can see my fan on, cause yeah, it is sweltering and baking. But yeah, what was I saying? Yes, like YouTube burnout. I do feel like at times the content I'm currently making is very high effort for low reward, and I feel like something might have changed in the YouTube algorithm. Um, just because like I'll post the video and sorry, I just read me old mate Darren's comments in the chat, and it's baking. It is horrible. Um, but no, yeah, it's a thing to where like I'll make a movie commentary, for example. Like for example, right now I'm working on my Dark Knight Rises commentary, and I'm like doing it, but at the same time too, it's a lot of effort because now I've got to, because I've done all the talking head bits, but then also too I've got to go get footage from the movie, and then I've got to put the movie clips in the timeline. High effort, low reward is real. Yeah, that like guys. I mean, there's only one other person watching, but after the fact, I'm hoping more people will watch this. But like, guys, go subscribe to Darren Docs if you like football content. Me old mate Darren, you've seen him on the channel. He has been in my films. He's a loyal friend. I love him. I love him very much. Go support his YouTube stuff. Genuinely, he's a great guy, and I would not be here without him. So please go support Darren Docs. But you know what I was kind of just saying is just like I might just have to change the way I do my content after the Dark Knight Rises movie commentary, just in the sense of like maybe just doing more talking head pieces, scaling back the movie commentaries because like I love doing them, but right now it is very much high effort and low reward. And I don't know. I'm at this stage right now too to where it's kind of just like I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Like I know what I'm doing, but like clearly the algorithm doesn't like me or something, or clearly like people just don't want to click on my content to watch and hear what I've got to say, I guess. But at the same time too, I still want to create because YouTube once upon a time was a hobby, and I think over the past year I might have lost sight of the fact that it was a hobby. And I've kind of just like been in what's the word? What is the word? Kind of just I've been treating it more like a job or something that's gonna lead to like I think I might have fallen into like the YouTube dream of like, oh my god, I'm gonna be rich and famous. Everyone's gonna buy everything I do. Oh my god. But realistically, I might have lost sight of the fact that YouTube is just another social media platform where you create the content, you build an audience, and you interact with the audience. And I think also too that's why I started to, you know, just do all this live streaming stuff to connect with you guys, because when you don't see me post a video, either I might fade into like obscurity. That's like a worry I have. But then also too, it's a thing of like there are times where I'm not super communicative with you guys. Like I try to with like the community posts and stuff, but then it's like not everyone reads the community posts. But then also too, sometimes life gets in the way, don't have time, or I'm not well enough to write like a little post being like, hey guys, no video this week, blah blah blah. But then also too, I do want to like post something during the week, you know what I mean? And that's why I feel like live streaming, it really helps with that. But yeah, let's chat about something fun. I think there are 2 people watching right now. Hopefully we get some more coming in. We have a nice little live stream, a little bit of a conversation piece, because what like news has come out this week? I'm just trying to think. When is Singer's Tale coming out? Haha, Darren, you're a comedian. You're so funny. Soon, hopefully. Yeah, sound editing is going. I would say it's like 90% or something. Hey, I'm answering the question, Darren. Hey, Takuna. Yeah, I'm answering the question. Ideally, end of July at some point, or in August, because there are like some bits that we have to not reshoot, but just shoot some B-roll for. And then it's mainly just working on the score, finalizing certain bits of the color grade, and yeah, Singer's Tale is gonna be good fun, I hope. August game is gone. The game is not gone. Film work takes a lot of time. Do you know what, Darren? Because you're being cheeky, I might get you to edit my next film. Oh wow, sad repetition present, Darren. Wow. Okay. All right, guys. I'll get it done. I'll push through this burnout phase, and Singer's Tale will be out. Also, too, in the build up to Singer's Tale, I will definitely do like a live stream, maybe like a little fundraiser live stream. Maybe hopefully like get some super chats to earn back a bit of the budget for Singer's Tale. Because the Indiegogo campaign, God, the Indiegogo campaign was a bit of a mess. And I won't lie, because it was such a mess, I don't think I'll use Indiegogo in the future, because they really ticked me off. So the story behind the Singer's Tale Indiegogo campaign was that it was all set up. We had it going. We earned about 160 quid, maybe sub 200. And then, so bear in mind, I get this email on April 1st, and I think at first it's like a April Fool's prank. But then it wasn't an April Fool's prank. Basically, the email said, oh, because you haven't reached the £100 goal, we're not going to give you the money, and we're going to refund everyone that contributed. And I was like, what? Like, and I tried to inquire about it, but then Indiegogo like just kept sending me through like a bunch of links to another link that led to another link, and then they're all like circle back to the main Indiegogo homepage, and I was like, what is going on? This is mad. So basically, Indiegogo just like refused to pay me, even though like I had a flexible goal in place and everything. But apparently, because I didn't hit £100, even though I did, they didn't give me the money. And that really ticked me off a little bit, because I won't lie, 300 quid. Although, like, in the grand scheme of like Hollywood filmmaking and all that kind of stuff, it's nothing. It's a micro budget film. But for me, right now, not ideal. I'll say that. Anybody got any questions? Any more questions, guys? Come on. Sad Reaper TJ, good to hear. Unfortunately, I will not be able to donate. Last time I tried to use my card, banking app sent me to LinkedIn. Yeah, no worries, man. Only donate when you can. Will you review 20 years? Fucking Darren Docs. Will you review 28 years later when we see it? Yeah. Maybe do like a live stream or something. Darren, if you are more than happy to jump in and be in the video, we'll do it live. Or not even live, like we'll do like a YouTube video where we just film and edit it. Because that's the thing, is like I might take like a step back from YouTube, but then at the same time too, I'm not gonna completely abandon YouTube. I think it's a thing to where it's like maybe The Dark Knight Rises might be my last movie commentary, and then we just change the format back to how it used to be back in the day, where I'm just talking to the camera, maybe grabbing some clips from trailers and putting it on top of the video, like kind of doing my like editorial format, but for like movie reviews. Who knows? Who knows? Also, I need to watch 28 Days Later because I know that's on BBC iPlayer. And what's the other one? 28 months later or something. I haven't seen that, and I don't think that's anywhere to watch. But I do want to at least watch 28 Days Later or 28 Hours. I don't even remember. Like, all I know is that one is like hours, one is days or something. One of them has Cillian Murphy in it. That's all I know. Anything else, guys? Any other questions? 28 Days Later is all filmed on a grainy camera. Yeah, and then apparently this one, 28 years later, is all shot on an iPhone or something, which is interesting, and I'm curious to see how that's going to look on the big screen. 28. That's the thing, though. I do miss like film grain in movies and stuff. Like when I watch a movie in like IMAX, and it's all pretty much just shot like digitally, I do get a bit upset. But then like I do appreciate it when like a digital film like incorporates a bit of like film grain into it. Like film grain, don't know why there's a magic to it, and I love it when filmmakers nowadays bring in film grain and like they try to emulate film, because for me the digital look just looks ugly. Like most of the time when you think about it, like just most movies now look kind of ugly. Sad Reaper TJ, what do you think is the best looking film this decade? I can't say Dune or the Batman. That's tough. That's so tough. God, wait, let me figure out what movies have come out so far. Movies in 2020s. I think. Oh, when was West Side Story? Was that 2021? I think it was, because I was gonna say Oppenheimer, but then I just remembered. Darren, you're a comedian. Superman. Sorry, side note. Superman just looks ugly, but I think West Side Story then is gonna be my answer. West Side Story 2021. That is one of the best looking films of the decade. It's stunning. It is Steven Spielberg. It is Janusz Kaminski. Janusz Kaminski is a fantastic director of photography. West Side Story is a stunning movie, and if like you want like a scene from that film that just illustrates how great like it looks, it's either the balcony scene or it's the Maria scene. Like there's a scene in the Maria scene where Ansel Elgort is like running across this puddle, and then like he stops in the middle of the shot, and then I don't know how they achieved it. Like maybe there was like LEDs like hovering around or something, but like it was stunning. It is incredible. Just type in West Side Story puddle shot. You'll know what I'm talking about. It's incredible. Darren Dogs. What day does The Bear come out? I think it's the like 25th or something. But yeah, no, I will review The Bear season 4 because of course, Chef. That's my show. I love that show. I'll be more than happy to review The Bear season 4, and I think it's all dropping at the same time like it did with season 3, because season 3 they released all the episodes at once, and I think they're doing that with season 4, which part of me likes, because like cool, yeah, I can binge watch it, but then at the same time too, part of me is upset with that, because like I do enjoy watching certain shows now week to week. I do think that Amazon has a good format where they release like the first 3 episodes, and then um yeah, they release the first 3 episodes, and then after that it's like week to week for like 5 weeks or something. That's kind of the format I actually quite like now. Sad Reap TJ, I've seen it. Those look really good. The Song in the Candy Shop. Yeah, again, West Side Story is one of like the best films of the decade that like most people haven't seen. Because like when you mention it, people will be like, "Oh yeah, I love the film from the '60s." I'm like, "No, no, no, the remake from 2021." They're just like, "Wait, they remade that?" West Side Story is so good. Like, despite people like canceling Ansel Elgort and stuff, and don't want to open those kind of worms, but like I really like Ansel Elgort's performance in that film. Rachel Zegler is incredible in that movie. Ariana DeBose deservedly won her Oscar for that. West Side Story is amazing. Like genuinely such amazing filmmaking. Sad read TJ. Hopefully season 4 is better than season 3. Yeah, I agree too, because Darren thinks season 3 was boring. I don't think season 3 was boring. I just felt like by the end it lost its momentum. Like, I think the first like 3 or 4 episodes of season 3 are like amazing. They're really, especially the first episode, because it's so like meditative. It's just Kami. It's a whole like flashback episode of like Kami training and all that kind of stuff. I loved it. And then we get like the episode where like Richie and Kami are like arguing with each other, and then we get like the other episode where it's like that month-long service episode. So good. I loved it. And then yeah, Darren says it was basically a filler, and I do agree. A lot of it was very kind of just like, yep, and now we're gonna do this thing, and now the Tina episode directed by A.O. Edebiri is pretty good, but at the same time too, it's kind of unnecessary. And then you get to the finale, and it's like, oh, this whole season was a part 1, because apparently, you know, they filmed season 3 and season 4 more or less back to back, and it felt like a part 1, to where it's like we get to the end of the season and it's like, oh no, the Bears got like bad reviews and such. But I don't know. It did feel a bit meandery towards the end. I was like, this show is better than this. Like, there was nothing in season 3, in my eyes, that was as good as Forks, that was as good as the dinner scene in season 2, Fishes. Yeah, that's what the episode's called. There was nothing like Kami's 7-minute monologue in season 1, which is like genuinely one of the best acted things I've ever seen, and Jeremy Allen White is incredible. Yeah, season 3, like, it has like good moments, but for me it wasn't as good as the previous couple of seasons. Also apparently this week Batman Begins turned 20 years old, which is just insane to me. For all of you that don't know, watch my movie commentary on Batman Begins. It's on the channel. Batman Begins, in my opinion, is the best Batman film. I love this film so much, and it means a lot to me. Like I've mentioned this in my Dark Knight Rises commentary, and when that comes out, you hear like the full story. But like, I watched the Dark Knight trilogy out of order, because I only really got into Batman when I was like in my 12s. When I was 12, I got into Batman, and so I watched the Dark Knight Rises first, and then I watched Batman Begins. I loved Batman Begins. Like, Batman Begins is just such a great origin story. It's one of the best comic book films ever made, in my opinion. Like, genuinely, I don't think we ever need to like redo Batman's origin story ever again, because it's just great. It's genuinely just a great movie. Christian Bale, Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul, just incredible. I love Liam Neeson in that movie. The dialogue in that movie is just so amazing. Like, I quote this like all the time now, but like the scene with like Bruce and Alfred on the plane, and Bruce is all like, "People need dramatic examples to shake them out of apathy, and I can do that as Bruce Wayne." I love it so much. I love it so much. Michael Caine is the best Alfred. I love it. I love it so much. Batman Begins. What a movie. So great. Genuinely like the best Batman film in my eyes, because like The Dark Knight is great and Rises is messy as hell, but it's enjoyable. Just don't think about it. Just feel. You'll get that reference when I release the commentary for The Dark Knight Rises. But like, yeah, for the most part, it's pretty great movie. It's the most Batman feeling one out of the trilogy. Because like for the most part, aside from like some of like the realistic stuff, just a great movie. And visually it's awesome. Just, Batman Begins is just, I love talking about it. I love Batman Begins. Across the Spider-Verse is a good shout. I haven't seen the creator. Have I missed something? I would say the creator of Across the Spider-Verse looks better visually than West Side Story. Interesting, because I feel like with Across the Spider-Verse, that's, I wouldn't say it's cheating, because like yes, visually it has like such an amazing, distinct style, and there are some like insane visuals in it. I wasn't really thinking animated movie when you asked that question. Across the Spider-Verse would definitely be up there. The creator is very visually good for what it is, because they shot it on like the Sony FX3, which is like a consumer level cinema camera. Like it's affordable enough for people to buy that camera and use it for like videography and such. And the creator is very impressive for what it is. I don't know. I just think West Side Story is just stunning. It is a stunning movie. The cinematography for that actually influenced one of my other short films called A Hollow Romance. Hollow Romance, I think, is an underrated short film of mine. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. Because the one I always plug in my videos now is EF Manar, and I love EF Manar. I will always love EF Manar. Treasure that character with all my life, and hopefully he will return one day in the future. Hopefully in the near future. But yeah, the thing with the creator is that visually it's pretty cool, but that's all I really had to say that was nice about the movie. Like it was visually it looked nice. Darren, sorry, I got distracted by Darren there. Hollow Romance doesn't have me in it. Boo. Do you know what, Darren? I blame you. I blame you for that. I remember when we were shooting, because that was my like uni, like graduation film. I remember we were shooting. I was like, "Oh, Darren, I want you in this," and Darren was like, "Not available." You're either working or you were away. I don't remember what. Yeah, no. Sad Reaper TJ, you responded to Darren about the creator. Yeah, the creator is just pretty boring. I didn't like it from a story standpoint. Visually, it's amazing, and it's really impressive. But just, Darren, the old mate's going now. That's sad to hear. But I hope you have a good rest of your day, Darren, and I'll see you soon, man. I love you. My parents, for some reason, had Batman and Robin on CD, so I really liked it as a kid. Uma Thurman had me in a child. Do you know what? With Batman and Robin, I think people overhate that movie. Like, it's stupid, but it's so bad, it's so good. It's just funny. Like, that's what I found too about, like, comic book nerds too, is that, like, people will be like, oh, this movie sucks. Oh, and therefore it's the worst thing ever. And they'll, like, hate on it. But they're hating it for not what they want it to be. They're all, because when people talk about Batman and Robin, it's normally like the diehard Batman fans that are like, yeah, I want my like dark, gritty Batman. I want my Batman that's a bit swashbuckling. But like, it's pretty, like, for it being a silly Adam West style type of like corny throwback type of movie, like it's not trying to be dark and gritty and silly. It's trying to be silly. Batman and Robin is genuinely so much fun. Like, it's stupid. Like, I would never like willingly want to sit down and watch it, but it's funny. Like, it's so bad it's good, and I would love to watch it with a bunch of mates and to turn it on and then just, have Arnold doing his corny one-liners of like, what killed the dinosaurs, the Ice Age, all that stuff. It's so stupid, but it's kind of funny. Like, it's painful too. Like, don't get me wrong, there are like really cringy moments in it too. But like Batman Begins, not Batman Begins, God forbid. Could you imagine all of a sudden I'm like insulting Batman Begins after just saying how much I loved it? But no, Batman and Robin, like, it's stupid, but it's so much fun. Sad Reap DJ. I'm not sure if I've used to I'm assuming you meant rewatch it in fear of hating it and ruining my childhood. That is something I do find though, is that like sometimes you'll go and revisit a film from your childhood and it's not as good as you remember. Like, I remember doing that with a bunch of Disney films. Treasure Planet, I still really like, but there are like things in it now that don't hold up for me. Like, what's the robot called? Benji, or something. I remember that robot there. As a kid, I was like, yeah, he's pretty fun and entertaining, but like now, I'm like, oh, he's kind of annoying. But regardless of that, though, I still love Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet's pretty great. What else, guys? Throw some more questions at me. I think DC fans have an issue that Marvel fans don't. DC fans are just way more passionate than Marvel fans, which is good and a bad thing. If a movie is not 100% their version of the character, do you know what? I think that is a very interesting topic, because I think just fans as a whole, like, I wouldn't generalize it just to DC fans, but like fans as a whole, I do get what you mean though, because I feel like with Marvel fans are also normal moviegoers at the same time. Like, you have some Marvel fans that are as like hardcore as the DC fans, to where like they've read the comics, they've watched the TV shows, they've watched the animated series and such. They've like grown up with Marvel, and therefore like they treat like Marvel content not as like beholden as cinema as like casual movie fans do. But like with DC fans, I do hear what you're saying in the sense, but then at the same time too, I don't know if like just because of like my experience with like certain commenters on like my Superman stuff, but I feel like James Gunn fans are very similar to like hardcore Zack Snyder fans, and they can be kind of as toxic as MCU fans, but then also to certain MCU fans, I don't know, because like that's the thing. There are certain sections of the Marvel fan base to where they are just general audience members, and that's why you have more of them. But like with DC fans, the DC fans that love DC either really like the Snyder stuff or they don't like the Snyder stuff, and they find the Gun stuff more appealing. But then also to, I don't know, I'm in that weird in between spot to where it's like I like a lot of Snyder stuff. I don't like entirely visually what Gunn is doing. I've yet to see story wise what he's doing with Superman, because I feel like it could maybe like flip the script or something. Who knows? I'd have to just watch the movie, I think. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, fans are fans, and they all kind of like behave in a very similar manner. They can be a bit entitled. They can be a bit white. I mean, I do that all the time too. Like, I will say, oh yeah, I want like a light, optimistic, bubbly Superman film, and then that is kind of a tone James Gunn is going for. But then for me, just on a visual like level, his Superman film looks off, and I can't get behind it because his visuals look off. Because like, yeah, it's like I like the Snyder stuff. I'm not saying that like I want Snyder. I want like all of Snyder. I want all of DC's films to be like the Snyder films. But I liked what Snyder was doing, and I did want to see the rest of his story. thoughts on the greatest movie of all time, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I really liked that movie. I did. Funny story though with Scott Pilgrim was that the first time I watched it, I didn't get it, and so I didn't like it as much. And I don't think I finished it. I think I only got like half an hour, 45 minutes into it, and I was just like, this isn't for me. So I kind of like skipped past it. But then I remember I was just watching a bunch of like Edgar Wright stuff, and I was like, let me give it a try again because I remember watching Shaun of the Dead, really enjoyed that. I remember watching Hot Fuzz, really enjoyed that. I remember watching The World's End, really enjoyed that. So I was like, cool, let me give Scott Pilgrim versus the World another shot. I rewatched it and I loved it. I was like, oh, this is great. Like, why did I not like this the first time I watched it? Like, it's really good fun. Visually, it's great because it's shot by Bill Pope. Bill Pope is an incredibly underrated cinematographer, and it does hurt a little bit how he's kind of sold out a bit, but then at the same time too, he knows that he's sold out because like he shot a bunch of Marvel movies recently. He shot Shang-Chi and he shot Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. He doesn't go by Bill Pope anymore. He goes by William Pope, which I think is interesting because it's like even he himself is just like, don't associate me, Bill Pope, the man that shot Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. Don't associate that with me. You can associate that with William Pope. But no, Scott Pilgrim's pretty great. Exactly, Sam Raimi TJ. That's not me. That's literally what Bill Pope did with all of his like Marvel work. He's like cashing in on the money because obviously Marvel will pay him a crap ton of money. But he's gonna be like, that ain't me. That's not me. Kind of like how Joss Whedon in the 2017 Justice League cut was like, nope, I'm not putting my name on this. I think he did put his name on it though. I think he like it was in like the writing stuff. But then like obviously with that movie they just like forced in Zack Snyder's name. Anything else, guys? Anything else? I'm just trying to think too, like there has been news this week. Oh, Spider-Man Brand New Day. I should like actually make like a video on this when I like feel in the mood about this. Spider-Man 4 / Spider-Man Brand New Day is gonna be interesting because at the time they have announced Zendaya is returning, Jacob Batalon is returning, so we have MJ and Ned are gonna be in this film. Sadie Sink is in this movie, and either she's gonna be Jean Grey or Gwen Stacy or the real Mary Jane Watson. But then also too this week they just announced that John Bernthal's Punisher is going to be in this film, which is really interesting and really cool to me because for a long time now people have speculated about Spider-Man 4 and how it's going to connect to the lower street levels because Spider-Man doesn't know the Avengers anymore, and so he is going to like interact with the lower level tier characters in Marvel, the street side of Marvel. He's going to like interact with the Kingpin in some way, shape, or form. Daredevil might show up. And now they've just confirmed that John Bernthal will be in Spider-Man 4, which I think is just going to be interesting because let me tell you something, man. I swear, if they don't make any John Bernthal like meme references in that movie, Marvel, get out of here. You're done. All the goodwill you like got back from like all the goodwill you got from me from Thunderbolts, from No Way Home, all that kind of stuff. You've lost it. Let me tell you something, man. Yeah, weird cast. I wouldn't have Zendaya in the movie. That's what I mean. It's like I wouldn't mind not having Zendaya in the movie, but then also too, so long as they do it tastefully and they don't undo the ending of No Way Home where like, oh, all of a sudden she remembers everything and Peter and MJ are back together again. No. But I would like it if maybe they do a thing, and this is all kind of dependent on if Sadie Sink is playing not Mary Jane Watson, if she's playing Gwen or if she's playing Jean Grey or something. But like, if they have Zendaya's MJ go to college and she's slowly discovering herself, and they stop making her weird, frumpy, weirdo MJ, and they now just like make her look like Mary Jane Watson, that'd be cool. Like if we let Zendaya in these movies be beautiful, because they kind of just like, what's the word? They just make her look frumpy. They make her look sad, but like the messy, disheveled hair and stuff. That's not Mary Jane, even though like she's Michelle Jones, whatever the hell they called her. Bizarre. Like honestly, when you look back on the Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy, it's kind of a mess in terms of like continuity and what they wanted to do with the character. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I just hope that they either stick to her being Mary Jane Watson or MJ, this version of Mary Jane for Peter, and they like have her evolve into the character. Because the thing that I thought they were gonna do, but they can't do it now because in No Way Home they fully just said her name is Michelle Jones. Like the CIA was like, yeah, your name is Michelle Jones. A thing that I kind of would have loved is that like she just goes by Michelle Jones, but her real name is Mary Jane Watson. And it's kind of a thing to where like she's ashamed of like her parents or something, and her parents like naming her Mary Jane because obviously Mary Jane is like a synonym or like a code word, whatever the word we want to say is for um weed. Like, so maybe it's the thing to where like she realized, oh, if I go to school and people call me Mary Jane, that they're just gonna make fun of me all the time, and so she purposefully changes it to Michelle Jones. That would have been cool, but then obviously because No Way Home came out and like they spoke to the CIA, they were like, your name's Michelle Jones. Maybe she legally got it changed, but maybe like her actual birth name is Mary Jane or something. No idea. But like, I do wish and I do hope that with Spider-Man 4, because Zendaya's in it, they do something with her character to where they make her more aligned to comic book Mary MJ. I was gonna say Mary, she's not Mary Jane Watson, more aligned with like comic book MJ, and they make her more stunning because she goes to college, she discovers herself, she dyes her hair red. Because that's the thing, when they cast Zendaya and they were like, oh, she's gonna be the new MJ, it would have been so cool if they actually made her look like comic book Mary Jane. Like, have you seen the Photoshop of Zendaya as Mary Jane? It's amazing. It's so good. Like, why did they not let her be Mary Jane? It's baffling to me. Like, genuinely. Yeah, because if we I write if we don't have 10 flashbacks in the movie. Flashbacks to what? Said Reaper TJ. I'm hoping for a Gwen Stacy with Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield chemistry, or even a Black Cat. Yeah, but that's the thing, though. So the thing that I just think is a bit funny is like Tom Holland's response to his career, because that's the thing is that like obviously Tom Holland's been in other movies. He's like had movie relationships in those movies, but because the MCU is like so sold on Tom Holland and Zendaya, that specific version of Spider-Man. Is Tom Holland and Zendaya, are they going to be willing to have this Spider-Man have a different love interest? Like, it would be really cool to have Black Cat in these movies, but then at the same time too, I don't think they'll go all the way and they'll have like Peter and Black Cat get into a relationship. I don't think they'll do that. I think they might do like the flighty back and forth thing from like Spectacular Spider-Man, that cartoon. But I don't think they will go all the way and have like a love triangle or have like Peter be kind of like obsessed with Black Cat. I just don't see that happening. And also too, if Sadie Sink is playing Gwen Stacy, I think they're just gonna relegate Gwen Stacy to like a best friend role. Like, I can't see this Spider-Man being in a different relationship now, purely because they have made it so tied that Tom Holland and Zendaya are a real life couple and they want that synergy in the movies. Because yeah, obviously with Brand New Day as well, it's like they might be taking a little bit. Sorry, Aesthetic Girl. Hello, love from India, love from the UK. Nice to have you join, Aesthetic Girl. What was I saying? Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yeah, I hope it's good, because I know they're basing it off the comic book storyline, and they might even bring in Mr. Negative. But the thing is with Brand New Day is I've only read like one issue from it, because it was in one of these comic collections at the back, to where like that comic book collection sorry, one second. Let me just finish that. Let me finish my point. That comic book collection, um, it had like a bunch of like random stories. Like it has like the first appearance of Sandman. Then it has like Spider-Man issue 50, Spider-Man No More. Then it has like some Green Goblin stuff and all that kind of stuff. Um, and then it also has like the first issue of Brand New Day in there. It's a bit weird. So I've only ever read the first issue of Brand New Day, and like it's all right, but obviously too the like time it came out and the like history of the comic books and stuff, it's a bit weird. Aesthetic Girl, what's my name? My name is Hamza. I don't know if you can see that anywhere because I'm just seeing the live screen page. Um, my name's Hamza. What is your name? They could even do Kitty Pride and Peter thing. I get you there, Marvel plus suck with romance. Love from South Africa. Love from South. Love from the UK. Sad Reaper TJ. I was very tempted to do a South African accent. I don't know if that's offensive. Do you want me to? I can have a go. I wouldn't say that's great, but if you want, I'll happily do it. Um, but yeah, if they kind of do like the Ultimate Spider-Man, Peter and Kitty Pryde thing, that'd be cool. Do it. What? Oh, wait. Oh my god, that was actually gonna be. Hey, bro, I'm from South Africa. That was so bad. It's giving Andy Serkis as Ulysses Claw. I was gonna say like what was his character? Yeah, as Ulysses Claw. So, bro, the cuttlefish. I don't. He has this whole spiel in Age of Ultron. That's all I remember. It's been a while since I've seen those movies. Pari Varma. Nice to meet you, Pari. Pari. I'm not sure if this answered, but thoughts on Punisher being in Brand New Day. I did just talk about that. But yeah, I think it's cool that Punisher is in Brand New Day because then it's kind of confirming that it's going to be a bit more street level. It's not terrible. That's an Africa. Okay, I'll take that. Sorry, yes, going back to Spider-Man Brand New Day again and Punisher. I think that it's cool that he's in it. I just hope that the movie itself is a bit street level. And I think with him being in it, they're confirming it to be a bit more street level. My one wish list now is that he has to say, "Let me tell you something, man," or "Let me tell you something, Parker." "Let me tell you something, Spider-Man." He has to say that. If he doesn't say that, I'm done. No more Tom Holland Spider-Man. I'm finished. It's pretty cool though. I like that, and I do kind of like how I'm assuming the reason why John Bernthal signed on was because he wanted to work with Tom Holland again. Because, like, back in the day, they worked on this indie film called Pilgrimage, and then Tom Holland and John Bernthal were like working on it, and then John Bernthal helped Tom Holland audition for Spider-Man, and obviously they got Punisher, and it's kind of cool how it's like they're connected like that, and I'm assuming because they've also recently been working on the Odyssey, I think that Tom Holland and John Bernthal just wanted to work again with each other, and so that's probably why maybe Punisher signed on and is in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yes, I don't know why I forgot the title for a second. Pari, yes, Pari. What's with the question marks? Hopefully, Daredevil is also in the movie and they address the New York situation and Fisk. Totally agreed. Like that was one of my things with Daredevil Born Again is that like it ends after the whole shebang. Thoughts on Daredevil Born Again are on the channel, so hopefully you've seen that video. I don't know if you have though, because that video didn't do super well because the YouTube algorithm hates me for some odd reason. I'm just saying that as an excuse for the video underperforming. I don't really know why it underperformed. But no, yeah, I really want to see Charlie Cox as Daredevil and this Spider-Man. I want to see this Spider-Man on screen. Yeah, Ascetigo, Pari, yeah, you can follow me. Just type in Hamza_Bujaloa. Follow me on Instagram. Yeah, please do. You'll see more of my filmmaking escapades on my Instagram and all that fun stuff. What was I saying? Daredevil. Yeah. I want to see Daredevil and Spider-Man team up. Like, obviously, Spider-Man can't be in Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Also, Pari, what was it? Check the description, because I think all my social links are on. All my social media links are in the description, guys. So if you wanna follow me. I swear there's been more news this week though. I don't know why my mind has gone like super blank about like the news that's come out, because obviously we've done a little bit of a recap on Batman Begins, or like a little walk down memory lane on Batman Begins. We've talked about Spider-Man Brand New Day and the Punisher being announced to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. I feel like I'm missing something. Like, there's been stuff. Thoughts on the Odyssey? I'm looking forward to it, though visually I'm waiting for a trailer, because I won't lie, some of the costuming is very weird, because it's not historically accurate. And I don't know if Christopher Nolan wants to be historically accurate. And I doubt it, because he's cast a bunch of white people as Greek people, but they're all like pale white people. And I don't know if that might be a thing to where, like, in the color grade, Nolan will like tan them and like do kind of like a throwback to Troy. By the way, what is everyone's thoughts on like Troy the movie? I really like Troy the movie. I think it's good fun. Like, it's not like a cinematic masterpiece or anything, but I think it's good fun. And I kind of hope that the Odyssey is a bit of a throwback to that. But then also too, that's okay. It's a sad TJ Rip. You kind of sad Reaper TJ. Sorry, you kind of got like segued into my next point, which is do you think they're going to go fully into the myth and gods? That's what I don't know about, because that is not Christopher Nolan's wheelhouse. Christopher Nolan is very much a director that is like in realism. He loves his realistic stuff, even when he goes like a tiny bit more mystical. Like, I think his most mystical movie is either The Prestige or Batman Begins. Like, I think that's the most he's ever really gone in terms of like mythology or gods, because with Inception, that is all like kind of like based in pseudoscience. So like him going into Greek mythology is just going to be strange, because like, didn't he cast Zendaya as like Athena or something? I know Robert Pattinson is playing Hermes, but like, how is that going to look on screen? Like, I'm so curious, and I'm just like desperate to see a trailer or like an official still, not like a behind the scenes set photo, like an actual like still from the movie of what this movie is going to look like. Because he's got I'm assuming he's got Hoyt van Hoytema, because that's who he normally works with now as like cinematographer. I'm assuming that's who he's got to DP this film. And they have a very, like, Nolan has a very specific look now. Troy is a fine action movie. It should have also involved more of the mythical aspects to dramatize more. I agree. I do think we need to go a little bit back to the days of mythology. I do miss a bit of fantasy in my blockbusters now, because fantasy kind of got like shifted over to TV with Rings of Power and Game of Thrones and Wheel of Time and all that kind of stuff. But I want fantasy back in the big screen, and I really hope the Odyssey kind of like brings that back. But then again, too, it's Christopher Nolan, and Christopher Nolan so far has not really delved into fantasy or mythology. What else? What else do we talk about, guys? Oh, just off the cuff, I've seen like some like clips from the trailer for the Bruce Springsteen biopic starring Jeremy Allen White. I've yet to watch the full trailer, but like I've seen him like perform Born to Run, and it looks pretty cool. Although I think Jeremy Allen White looks nothing like Bruce Springsteen. I think, yeah, sure, musical biopics are kind of samey now, but I'll watch it because I love Jeremy Allen White, and I like Bruce Springsteen. By the way, if you've not seen the film Blinded by the Light, that's a great movie. Pari, I followed you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, what else? I'm kind of just like scrolling through my X feed now, looking for something to potentially talk about to maybe round up this live stream. Patterson is Hermes. I thought it should have been a soldier on the ship or someone opposite to Tom, and it seems as though Zendaya would be Matt Damon and Calypso's kid. Yeah, the Odyssey is going to be interesting because I do just think it's kind of weird how like they haven't cast a bunch of Greek people in a movie about Greek mythology. Sorry, just scrolling through X, trying to find something else. Oh, there's been some Dune Messiah news that I think will be quite interesting to talk about a little bit, in the sense of like they have apparently potentially cast Leto the Second and Ganima. Leto the Second is going to be portrayed by Jason Momoa's son, and Ganima is going to be someone else. Let's Google this. Yeah, Ida Brooke as Ganima or Ghanima. I always say Ganima, but it's probably Ghanima. And Nakoa Wolf Momoa as Leto the Second. That I think is going to be really interesting. Yeah, Christian Bale as Moses and Jamie Lannister as an Egyptian god Thumbstar. That's what I mean. It's like I just find it so Hollywood is like so weird in terms of like the representation. Like we're supposed to be in the age of representation, but like Pari, let me finish the live stream and I'll do all the Instagram social stuff. But no, yeah, Hollywood's just in this weird period of being for representation until they're not for representation, because for them representation only means, oh yeah, we'll add more black people or we'll add more mixed race people to the cast. But then when it comes to like other ethnicities, they won't really commit to it. Like, why is the Odyssey not filled with Greek people? It's bizarre. And then it's like we got May Calamaro. I always mispronounce her name. Layla from Moonlight. She was supposed to be in Gladiator 2, and then she was cut because of her views on certain political stuff. And we don't have to get into it, but obviously certain things need to be said. But I don't want to get into politics right now on my live stream. But like, Hollywood's just weird. Like, genuinely, it is just weird. That's why it's got the nickname Hollyweird. Pursuing with girl issues on stream. Hey, man, listen. What was I saying? I was talking about Doom Messiah, wasn't I? Yes. So, Doom Messiah, they have cast Leto and Ghanima, and I'm assuming that they're only going to be in the film in a vision, a flash forward, because I've heard rumors too that Denis Villeneuve is apparently also going to do like a massive time skip. So he'll do the 12-year time skip from the book and do Doom Messiah, and then he'll skip again and then include elements of Children of Dune, which I think is weird. And I don't know if I entirely believe these reports, because that's just a bit. Nah, I don't think so. Or maybe that is how Denis Villeneuve would do it, but like, I don't see that. I don't see that's how he's gonna like incorporate Leto and Ghanima, because that's not really what happens in Dune Messiah. But an interesting and cool casting choice that I'm totally for is Robert Pattinson as Skytail. I always say Skytail. Pretty sure it's Skytail. He is going to be the Tleilaxu face dancer. Basically, he's like a faceless man from Game of Thrones. He can just like shift his face into other people and stuff. But I think Robert Pattinson is like fantastic casting as that character, because obviously as Robert Pattinson, he is like in many ways himself a chameleon as an actor. He never really gives the same performance. Obviously, pre-Twilight, post-Twilight, he's never really given the same performance twice. Like his Batman performance is different to his Good Time performance, which is also different from his Mickey performance in Mickey 17. Pattinson is like a chameleon of an actor, and it's so cool to like have him play Skytel. Like that just logically makes sense because Pattinson was actually my number one pick to play Fade Ralpher before I knew of Austin Butler and before I saw Austin Butler and Elvis, and then they cast Austin Butler in Doom Part 2, and I thought he was like perfect casting. Austin Butler is so damn good as an actor, and he's so damn good as Fade Ralpher. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone say anything good about it. I don't know, as I haven't read the book. How are they gonna make Zendaya and Timmy look as bad? That's what I mean. That's why I don't think the Leto and Garnema stuff. I keep saying Ganima because that's how they say it in the book. Sorry, in the audiobook. That's how Simon Vance pronounces it. But like Leto and Garnema, I assume they're just gonna be visions because I don't see how they're gonna like rapidly age Zendaya and Timothy Chalamet. Like they'll do the 12-year time skip, but at the same time too, I don't know. That's where I feel like Denis might be taking a bit of liberties because I felt like the only liberties he was gonna take was just elongating Messiah and like fixing / filling in all the gaps. Filling / like fixing all the gaps of Dune Messiah, where like in Dune Part 2, he's made Chani very anti-Paul as the Lisan Al Gaib. Pari, what was it? After the live stream, I will check it. Back to Dune Messiah. So yeah, because in Dune Part 2, Denis has made Chani very anti-Paul as the Lisan Al Gaib, and she's gone off into the desert to sulk and all that kind of stuff. Paul has started his holy war and such. But Denis needs to fix that. And he is going to fix that because in like a synopsis for Dune Messiah, they mentioned that Paul and Chani have reconciled. So I'm assuming that we're going to see Paul and Chani reconcile on screen. I'm assuming we're going to see parts of the Holy War on screen. And those are the stuff that I feel like Denis is going to add to the story. The stuff with Leto and Garnema, I don't know, especially now that those are like confirmed castings. I'm curious to see how that is going to work because I don't know. Denis can make it work. Denis is a great filmmaker and all that kind of stuff. But I was just kind of expecting like a pure Dune Messiah adaptation, not really delving into Children of Dune, because Denis always said my like goal for this trilogy is to do Dune, Dune Part 2, and Dune Messiah. I'm not doing anything more after that. And it's just going to be a bit weird if he starts including bits of Children of Dune into that, because how are you going to do Children of Dune on screen? The Chani change did give me concern at the end of the movie, as it wasn't needed and should have just had the scene of Jessica talking to her like she did in the... Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like we are going to get that conversation, because one of my predictions for Dune Messiah, I should do that as a live stream. I should do a whole like Dune Messiah live stream. That would be really fun. I feel like we are going to get that conversation of Chani and Jessica, to where, you know, the big famous line that ends the book of like, history will remember us as wise, though some will call us concubine and all that kind of stuff. I feel like we're going to get that scene in Doom Messiah, but they're going to like move things around in the timeline. Like Paul will be off at war. Maybe Jessica actively seeks out Chani or something. Or Chani returns to see Paul, but Paul isn't there, so she goes and sees Jessica. I think we will see Jessica return to Caladan because that's what happens in the book. I don't want to like spoil too much about Doom Messiah, and I'll try to keep this as spoiler free. I let me know when I'll listen to the book by then to make sure I make it. Yeah, no, I think definitely with Doom Messiah, like a little like live stream spoiler discussion, not spoiler discussion, like just a full on speculation of Doom Messiah. I will do that soon. I don't know when, but soon. I'll definitely post like a live stream thing, and I'll set it up like a week before so I have like a bigger audience for that. Because these live Q&As are just like here for me just to jump on and have a little chat. But yeah, read Doom Messiah. I think Doom Messiah is a great book. I love it. I don't think I like it as much as the first book, or maybe I do. There are certain things in Doom Messiah where I'm like, oh, I love this because it's just so much more like political and philosophical and a bit more metaphysical, which is kind of just great about Doom Messiah. But yeah, in terms of like how that's gonna like feed into the movie and stuff, the fact that they've casted Leto and Garnema, I'm curious. I'm not sure I entirely believe that that is the case. Oh wow, we've hit the hour mark and more people are joining. Hello everyone. What else? What else should we talk about, guys? We've covered so far Batman Begins 20th anniversary. We covered John Bernthal as the Punisher in Spider-Man Brand New Day. We've talked a little bit about the Odyssey. We've just spoken a bit about the castings for Doom Messiah. No, the people that came in and left, they've gone. They've gone. Yeah, I think then. Have I watched Speed Racer? The best motivation scene ever at the end. I have not seen Speed Racer. That is the Wachowski film, right? I've not seen it. I've heard either it's terrible or I've heard it's really good. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up for today. It's been an hour, so thank you all for joining. Yeah, actually, there's a C drum button there. It's good. Yeah, whenever I can see Speed Racer on like streaming somewhere, I'll give it a watch. I think. Oh, also I spoke a little bit about my burnout for those that are watching after the fact. But yes, I'm gonna leave today's live stream for today. That made sense. I'm gonna end today's live stream. Yeah, sad Rupert TJ. I'll check you soon, man. I might just do this like every week now or something because this is just fun. I just enjoy kind of just talking into the void, not having to like edit and chop all that stuff. I also don't mind too, like pulling clips and like making extra YouTube videos. We'll see. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining, for leaving questions, all that kind of stuff. And until we meet again, see you guys next time.